morning, happy travelers.
Today we decided to drive the famous road to Hana on the east coast of Maui, but we decided to do it a little bit differently and go the route in reverse. That maybe wasn't the best idea.
The famous part of the road is on the east coast of the island, and usually people just go that way to Hana and then go that way back, but there's actually a loop road that goes all the way around. We're coming from the southern end of Maui, starting with Hana.
There's a couple photo locations that we wanted to get to kind of early, so that's why we decided to drive the route in this different direction. The road has proven to be a little crazy, a little unmaintained. There's a lot of cows on the road. It was dirt a little bit and really rough pavement. A couple bridges have washed out.
But a couple months ago we went to the Virgin Islands and these roads are nothing compared to those.
But we've got about a half hour further before we actually get to our destination. So should we get back on the road?
Let's do it. The road has been really crazy so far, but the dividends from that have been worth it. We found a really cool beach. So we just got to Wailua Falls, the whole reason that we wanted to do the drive in reverse in the first place. And it's not as early as we had originally wanted because we stopped a few times, of course. But there's still only a couple cars in the parking area, so I think we're early enough to beat the crowds. And this is what Hawaii dreams are made of. I'm so happy that we decided to come here first. So we spent a good amount of time at Wailua Falls. We got there just after 9 a.m. and we had the whole thing to ourselves for probably a good 20 minutes or so. It wasn't bad. We got some good alone time, but then the people started coming like in droves after that. So we're gonna continue on. Actually, we're gonna go back in the direction that we came because we wanted to hit here first. And then there's a little hike we wanna do that's the other direction. So we're gonna head that way now. So our next stop is the Pipiwai Trail, which has a lot of bamboo on it, and it is inside the Haleakala National Park. So you have to pay an entrance fee, which is $30 a vehicle, but we have an annual pass, so we didn't have to pay anything. The parking area is the same parking area for the Ohio Gulch, which is like the 7 sacred pools, which is a really cool area to see as well. But the water's really high today, so you can't swim in the pools because it's too dangerous. But we weren't planning on doing that anyway. Since it's getting a little later in the day, there are definitely more people out than there were earlier.
About a half mile up the trail, you'll come to Makahiku Falls.
You sure that's how you say it?
I'm not sure how to say it. I apologize if I butchered that pronunciation. My Hawaiian isn't very good, but there's a great viewpoint there. You can't really get down to the base of it. It looks like the whole trail kind of goes pretty high up on the edge. We're gonna keep on going.
We finally made it to the bamboo forest, which was our goal on this Pipiwai Trail. A couple of things about the Pipiwai Trail. Is it accessible? it is not. So you want to be in good shape to be on this trail. There are rocks and roots, and it's muddy and it goes uphill. So if you have any mobility issues, this is not the trail for you, unfortunately. Wear good shoes. Like I said, it is very muddy, so you will get mud on your feet and legs, and that is just part of being in the jungle, but it's part of the adventure, right? It's not a sandals hike. We've seen people in sandals, but their feet are caked in mud, so I would suggest good hiking shoes for this trail.
On this hike, I knew that there was this bamboo forest that I really wanted to see, and I made Kelly hike the whole way with a white dress in her bag. So there's a little Instagram versus reality for you. Wearing my little shorts and bathing suit under that dress, if you see that on Instagram. Yeah, but I think the photos turned out good. I think it was worth it. I look kind of like that too.
What do you think? All right, we've made it back to our car. I think we did that pretty wiki if you ask me. So I am starving, and we're pretty close to Hana, and I hear there are some pretty good food trucks and things there, so we are gonna go get some lunch. We finally made it to Hana, albeit from the wrong direction, but we made it, and we saw a group of food trucks here, and food trucks are always a good idea, so I think this is where we're gonna stop and have lunch.
I've had good luck with Hawaiian food trucks in the past.
Yes, so I'm looking for a plate lunch, and I think they might have it. We went for the Fish Shack. It looks really delicious, so I think it's gonna be worth it. That lunch was super good, very fresh food. They took a long time to make it, so knew that it was fresh. But it is getting on 3 o'clock now, so that means we've been on the road for like 9 hours. Oh my God. Ugh. So, yeah. I knew this was gonna be a long day. We're going back up the road to Hana. It'll be super scenic. I just don't know how much time we have to actually stop for anything else. We hit our major stops though, so that's good.
I'm sure we'll stop at a couple more waterfalls.
Yeah, probably. We still have quite a bit of driving and adventuring ahead of us, so stay tuned. Well, we made it about
not even 5 minutes down the road, and we saw a coffee stand, so we're gonna stop and get some coffee.
Yeah, and banana bread, and it looks good, so.
So we survived the road to Hana.
Oh my gosh, we have been gone literally for 12 hours, more than 12 hours now.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Driving it in reverse may or may not have been a good idea. With the road to Hana, there's so many things to see, you really have to choose what you want. There's just not enough time to do it all in one day.
Yeah.
It was good the way we did it. The road was definitely a little crazy. If you are going to drive it as a loop in either direction, just be well aware that after Hana, the roads get a little wild.
For our purposes, it worked out great, but we are tired and hungry and a little pooped.
Yeah, so we're gonna get some food.
So we made it back to the side of the island where our resort is. We're at Lahaina, which is just a couple miles south of the resort, to eat dinner at this place called Kimo's. And it's right on the ocean, and I now have a Mai Tai. And things are good. I was really jonesing for some Kahlua pork, so we got Kahlua pork lettuce wraps and fish tacos because fish is just the freshest here, so every meal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why not, right? After almost 15 hours, we finally made it back to the room. I'm pretty exhausted, but we came back to a very cool little surprise from the Westin. They gave us this little goodie tray here with some orange juice and bubbles for mimosas, some canned water, which I've seen on their website, which is very cool, and some crackers and goat cheese. So I don't know how they know me so well with the goat cheese and mimosas, but they're hitting me right here.
So I think that's gonna do it for us tonight.
But we wanted to thank you guys so much for watching up to this point. We appreciate it so very much. And you won't want to miss our next video. We may or may not be going whale watching, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, last night when we were watching the sunset, we saw tons of whales breaching, so it's definitely going to be an awesome tour.
All right, good night, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Kelly and Kevin from The Awkward Tourists. Peace out. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Today we decided to drive the famous road to Hana on the west coast, no, on the east coast of
Go, I think. But it was awesome for our purposes.
Whoa, what is happening? That was weird. Yeah.
Is the mic on?
Do you want me in it too?
No.
Cool. Thanks. And action.
Scene. Oh.